Hey, what is up guys? Jeremy here and welcome back to some more Black Ops 3. I'm going to be showing you guys my settings in this video. Basically, I'm going to go through show you my controller sensitivity, my controller layout, my audio levels, and basically just give you a rundown of all the different settings and how I have it set up while I play. I do want to mention I do have the Scuff Infinity, and I do have my paddles configured a certain way. If you guys want me to do a separate video on my controller and how I have my Scuff set up, let me know in the comments. I would gladly show you guys, how I have my controller set up, and also how, I use my Audio Technicas instead of Astros, just to give you guys a little bit more in depth of, my actual controller and my headset. But this is going to be for strictly just the settings within the game, and we're just going to jump right into this. This is going to be a pretty straightforward video. I know a lot of people like to know, what settings people run, just because, you might want to try out something different, and it might, better your gameplay. You never know. So let's go ahead and let's go into the menu here. So first off, we're going to go into the controls. So I do play inverted, as you guys can see. I am a inverted player. It doesn't make you any better than someone that plays non-inverted. It's just the way the mind thinks when you play. I know it's very different. Not a whole lot of people play inverted from what I'm aware of. I know that like Drifter is an inverted player, and there's a couple other pro players that play inverted as well, but it's just a way of thinking. It's not going to change the way you play the game by any means. It's just the way your brain works, I guess you could say. I'm not going to go too in-depth why, I play inverted. But for look sensitivity, this is very straightforward. I always play on a 4 for horizontal, and then I play on 5 for vertical, just because I feel like having that 5 for vertical allows you to, obviously vertically aim up and down a little bit quicker, and with the jumping and boosting within Black Ops 3, it does help to be able to look up and down just a little bit quicker. Of course, your horizontal, a lot of strafing goes into play with that, and this is going to be basically for like an AR, a shotgun, a submachine gun. If I do play with a sniper like the Locust, or basically any sniper, if I'm really in the zone for sniping, I will bump these up to 6, and I'll run at 6.6. That's my kind of sniper only sensitivity, but 99% of the time I'm playing at a 4.5. I do have my controller vibration disabled. It's just a preference. I actually ran it enabled for a very long time and just recently decided to disable it, and I actually really like it. It's less distracting, I would say, than having it enabled, so that's just my preference. Target assist, of course, have that enabled. You always want that enabled. And aim assist as well, always enabled. My button layout is default, so it's just a default. I know a lot of pro players like to flip the triggers and bumpers, and I know that's very popular. I have not personally tried it, just because I do have a Scuff, like I said, so I do have trigger stops in, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. But like I said, I've never actually tested it, so maybe I'll try it out, and if it makes that huge of a difference, I might update this video in the future. And then my stick layout is default, as you guys can see right there, pretty straightforward for the controls. So that is my control settings, and then now we can go into the audio. So my audio settings are, of course, fully maxed out to 10. My advanced volume, I do have the music volume turned down to 6, just because it makes the beginning music within a game not so damn loud, and you can still hear people coming out of spawn. A lot of you would know that I do play free-for-all all the time, and I think that having this music volume down just a little bit does help quite a bit. I did run it at 0 for quite a while, and that's just to make it so I can hear everything perfectly, when the game starts. But it does take away from the enjoyment of the game a little bit. In Advanced Warfare, I had the music completely turned down, and it was kind of boring because the menus were always silent. The games started out silent. Of course, it made the gameplays a little bit easier just because there wasn't always music playing, but in Black Ops 3 here, I like to keep it at 6 because I do like to hear the music within the game. SFX volume is at full 10, Cinematics volume full 10, and of course voice volume full 10. So those are my advanced volume settings. And then audio presets here, I run on high boost. I really like the way high boost sounds with the Audio Technicas that I run to play the game. Super Crunch is also very good, but I just prefer high boost. I don't know. I think it's a little bit more clear, and Super Crunch, the name implies, it's a little bit crunchier. It's not quite as bassy as high boost, and I do enjoy the bass, like when the raps are blowing up or grenades are blowing up. It just sounds a little bit better in my opinion. Of course, you have system test. I have multiplayer dialogue enabled because that does help out a little bit. When a teammate kills a certain specialist, you will hear that call out, and I think that that's kind of a good thing to keep enabled. You can disable it, and I don't think it's going to give you any kind of disadvantage in the game, but that's just my preference. I keep that enabled. I like hearing that. Multiplayer music, I have it on default. There's random. Of course, it could be whatever you want. This is completely, personal preference. I just have it at random, and I don't even know if it's, if it changes anything yet here on Xbox One. But I just keep it at random. Subtitles off, of course. I'm not deaf or anything like that, so I don't really need the subtitles. And I would say that would be more of for the campaign than anything. I really wouldn't have that on. And that's pretty much it for the audio settings. We can go into graphics. So my brightness, I keep it about here at all times. Of course, changing this brightness will change the way my game is captured. I know a lot of pro players keep their brightness maxed out and then they adjust the brightness on their monitor, but this is just my preference, just keeping it about here. That's just what I run. Of course, that's personal preference again. Gamer tag indicator here, I keep it at full name. I like to see the full name of players. Abbreviated is still good. I definitely would not have icon only, just because if you are playing with a team, let's say in league play, and you are communicating with your teammates, having the icon only, you can't really call out, a certain specialist or, the names of somebody if you kind of see their gameplay style or see what they're doing on the opposing team. It just helps to keep it at full name, in my opinion. And abbreviated is pretty much the same as full name. It's just a shortened name, obviously. I definitely would not run icon only, though. And then safe area. My safe area is not fully maxed out. I'm not sure how well this is going to capture because I don't know. I know pro players like to bring it in quite a bit. And if you guys don't know what the safe area is basically it pulls in your HUD of the game. So like your ammo count for your weapon, your grenade counter, the kill feed, the minimap, all that. This will move those objects. Of course, in hardcore, it's not going to matter because you don't have any of the HUD. But keeping this a little bit in, not fully maxed out. Like, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see this change happening on the Elgato, but I like to bring it in just a little bit so that my minimap's a little bit closer to the middle of the screen, which makes the awareness of watching that minimap a little bit easier. So that's how I run my safe area. And then of course I'm not colorblind, so I do not have colorblind mode on. If you guys are colorblind, you could probably run this and it would probably help you out if you did not know that this setting was here. And that's pretty much it, I think, for the most part. I'm not going to go through network or anything like that. I don't need to show you guys my internet. I do have pretty decent internet. It's like 60 meg down and I want to say like 10 up or something like that, which is totally sufficient to run this game perfectly fine. And muting, I just keep off. It depends, if I'm trying to do like a free-for-all commentary or something, I'll just mute all the players, in the lobby or right at the beginning of the game so that you guys don't have to see it. But I usually like to keep it unmuted. I do like to hear people talking in the lobby when I'm just playing for fun, because it is pretty entertaining to hear people get pissed off or, talk crap about my YouTube or get excited that I'm in the lobby with them or, what have you. It could be whatever. It is exciting for me to hear other players talking. And a lot of times if someone's mic is just ridiculously loud, in the lobby where I cannot even hear the game, I can't hear footsteps, I will just mute them just because it's going to affect my gameplay. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all of my settings. I wanted to cover it all for you guys in video. I know a lot of you wonder about, controller sensitivity and pretty much everything. So that's the whole shebang. And that's going to be pretty much it for this video, guys. I know a short, simple, well, not short, but a simple, straightforward video. If you guys did enjoy it, definitely throw me a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot here at the channel. And if you guys want to see more Black Ops 3 videos in the future, don't forget to click that subscribe button. This has been Jeremy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.